Hey, what's up everyone? In today's video we'll be looking at a pretty interesting lock. This is the Winkhaus Titan or Titan. I think it's also called the Winkhaus TI6. It is a lock that was produced I think in the 80s and it's pretty rare and it has a secondary locking mechanism which is not too common with Winkhaus locks. So let's take a look at it. So here is our key, typical Winkhaus key bow with Titan written on it. Here's our bitting for the main stake, and we can see some side cuts as well. And two of these cuts are for passive pins, but two of them, the lower ones, are actually active. And I will show you what do they interact with in a minute. Let me show the housing, because it's not just ordinary housing, because except for chambers for the drivers on the bottom, we also have some holes in the housing, as you can see on the top left and top right. Like here, there are some slots here as well and here as well, and these slots are important. I will show you why in a second. I will show you the plug. I guess that's the last thing I will show you, because let's just go through the main stack real quick. So we have 6 pins in total. We have two these, I guess we can call them barrel pins, that have a narrow part on their top and bottom side. We have two spools, and we have two standard pins in positions 1 and 2. The first key pin and first driver are being hardened steel pins. And yes, so that's the main stack, pretty standard Winkhaus pinning, I guess. And let's take a look at the plug. This is the most interesting part. So here are our 6 pin chambers. There's our keyway. I guess you can call it restrictive, but nothing too terrible. You can pick it from this ledge or this piece of wording on the bottom left. So at first glance this core looks like it's skeletonized, but it's not. These cuts or these vertical grooves actually can accommodate up to 10 levers. In this lock there are 4, 2 on each side. And let's take a look on the left side, I guess. So as you can see, there are two round shaped things on the face of the lock, and these are actually metallic rods that run across the length of the lock, and around these metallic rods levers can pivot, right? So look, they are spring loaded. Can move them like this, and they pivot around the metallic rod. So pretty interesting. These rods have some contact points inside of the keyway, and these pins actually interact with the key, so they can be pressed. There are 2 here, you can see them, and 2 you cannot see because they are above this piece of wording, and these are associated with these left-sided levers. So how do this block rotation? So I showed you these holes in the housing, if you remember. I think you do, it wasn't that long ago. And in locked state these levers are actually pushed outwards by a spring that is here. So this little part you can see here is pushed into that hole in wording, and it's sitting there, and it's actually blocking rotation. So basically that's the whole mechanism. And if I insert the key, maybe you will see that these levers move just a tiny bit. And if I insert the key, the key pushes on these pins, and the levers sort of are flush with the keyway. So pretty cool mechanism, but unfortunately and I think it's a problem with most of these Winkhaus Titans because they are so old. I think that the material is getting ground, basically the material of these levers, as the log is turning. So this piece that is blocking the rotation that goes into that hole in the warding basically gets worn down, right? So in my log only this single lever worked. I didn't have to do anything with the other levers because they are, I guess they are basically worn. It's just material fatigue, I guess. So how do we pick this lock? Well, this lock isolates pretty well, so first we can pick the mainstay. I guess the only thing that can surprise you is a full set that can hang on the bottom of this barrel pin. So if you get a full set, you better check all the pins again, because the shear line can be on this narrow part of this barrel. That's what confused me at first as well. But after that you get even deeper full set, and then basically what you have to do is to deal with the levers. So as I mentioned, I only had to deal with one of them, so I just released some tension and I pushed the pin that controlled this lever, and after that the lock basically opened. So unfortunately only one of them works. I would really like to try a lock that would have at least 4 of them working. It would be interesting how do they interact, if there's a binding order, or like what does it feel like to pick a lock that has 4 working levers, or even more interesting would be if all of these slots were full of levers, right? If there were 10 of them, that would be pretty cool. I doubt that there is some such lock out there, but yeah, why not? It would be interesting to try it. Well, anyway, I think that is all there is to say about this lock, so let's go ahead and get it picked. Alright, here we go. He works. So let's go clockwise. And yeah, start with the main stack, I guess. So click on 1, on 2, on 3. 4 is loose. Little click on 5. Click out of 4. Click out of 6. Got a full set. Another click out of 4 and the full set just got deeper. So let's try to hit this side pin. Come on. Sometimes it just won't cooperate. Okay, there it is. We have an open. So let's lock this guy back up. And got it. Okay. This should do. Alright, so we have this circlip. Actually, it used to be an O clip when I got this lock, so I had to cut it a little. And then it just became a circlip. Okay. So we don't need to shim this lock. I already made that experiment for you. So yeah, you don't need to. It's quite alright, but you need to watch out for some passive pins on the side. So let's just get rid of them first. I guess there's the first one and this one doesn't look like wants to go out. Maybe later. Okay, so there's two passives on this side as well. Finally, now they kept they kept falling out as I was getting this lock for the first time, and now they don't want to go out. Okay, I will deal with them later, so let's remove the key pins. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Maybe now it just won't go out for some reason. Okay. Whatever. He can stay there if he wants to. Yeah, whatever, stay there, Jut. Let's just remove the drivers then. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, that's 6 and 5. Okay, and springs. Perfect. I think we have everything out except for these two passive pins, but as far as I'm concerned, oh, there's one. And this guy, I don't know, maybe he won't go out. I don't know what's this guy's problem. Okay, he's out. After all, perfect. So we managed to remove everything that's possible to remove non-destructively. So yeah, let me just give you a close-up on the pins, and I think we can wrap up this video. And yeah, so thank you for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. It was a pretty interesting lock, and with that I guess it's time to say goodbye. Hopefully we'll see each other in the next video. Bye.